So lo and behold, we unloaded our Bitcoin yesterday at that pierce of the blue trend line up here, and since then we have seen Bitcoin come all the way back to about 24,003, well, we'll say 24,400 here. All right, bottom line is, right now, this is just a pullback. We'll see if it turns out to be anything more than that. But again, the key was understanding the key resistance that was at this level and then ultimately selling into the hype. Remember, when everyone else is going ballistic, when everyone else is cheering and saying, oh, it's going to the moon, you got to be the one that has a calm, collected head and sell into it. Same thing on the reverse. We're seeing these bank stocks getting pummeled. You have to think about it logically and say, hey, listen, if I diversify with an ETF that's amongst the banks at these levels, does it make sense? Is it the right move? Chances are it will be. Doesn't mean you ultimately buy any specific bank because there's no guarantee that any one bank will survive. But as a group, are all the banks going away? Not anytime soon. So again, that's the panic in the markets right now. We saw this from Credit Suisse, and again, I don't really talk about stocks too much in here, but I think it's worth talking about. This is Credit Suisse today, down 22.5%. Huge drop. Look at the chart already. I mean, the chart was basically in free fall. We're going back to like 2017 here, all the way down here. And look at this trend line. See how you busted through the trend line? That's never good. Would not surprise me to see this bank somehow gets seized by the government in Europe, the European Union, or the somehow in one of those regulatory bodies because of how it's trading. And again, I think that they are in major trouble. Now, again, do I think that the other banks will survive? Yeah, most likely most of them will, and that's the key. So again, for me, it's buy the panic and fear, and it's sell the greed, and that's how I've made a living by using the charts to do that. All right, so let's go to Ethereum, which we did short yesterday. So far, so good. Shorting Ethereum was the right move. In the money on this short. Short-term support for me is going to be around 1570. 1570 right here. You have a few sideways candles. That's going to give you some support. If we break through that, you're looking at this trend line here around 1410. All right, 1410 is going to be the first major support on Ethereum. All right, now the bigger question I have is, was this recent pop due to just the USDC debacle as well as the bank, system, the fiat system kind of being borderline failing there, or is there more teeth to it? Because again, the one thing you have to say is that right now Bitcoin is behaving much like you want it to in the future, meaning it's a store of safety. But again, if you look at specifically what's gone on, the key is, will it continue to perform that way, or will it go back to how it was prior, which was a risk asset that goes down when the markets go down? I'm in the camp that in general, especially when the S&P really starts collapsing, you'll see fear come in on Ethereum and the crypto markets, and it'll come back down. I'm still in the camp that we still have not seen the lows on Bitcoin, basically for this bear market cycle. Now, again, how long can this bear market cycle last? I think that's the big question. A lot of people will tell you it's only a couple years because that's what the last bear market cycles have been. I would dare say it might be longer because you do not have the Fed printing money yet. Now, if the Fed starts printing money, then I think obviously that could change things. But as of now, I do not think the Fed will print money. I think they're scared to print money because of the inflation side of it ramping back up, especially with inflation still kind of bubbling up here across the board. Just to be clear on this, that you will eventually see the Fed print money, but it's going to be down the line. It's going to have to be a major, nasty recession, not just a run-of-your-mill recession, but a nasty recession before the Fed will come out and print money. It has to be so bad that they feel that a little higher inflation than 2% is tolerable considering the other side, which is how bad the economy is. All right. Let's go to a couple other charts here. And again, there's not much else to discuss in some of the other cryptos. Solana pulling right back. Remember, we talked about this yesterday, how a lot of the cryptocurrencies did not make short-term highs on this recent bounce versus Ethereum and Bitcoin. To me, again, that was because Ethereum and Bitcoin are the stable assets in the crypto markets that are most secure versus the other altcoins. And again, the altcoins basically all underperforming there. Avalanche real quick, see what's going on there. Nice little pullback there, nothing new there. Matic, same thing, pulling back across the board. Matic, again, if it dips down here, there will be some support around 92 cents. We'll see if it comes back in there. At that point, I will decide if I want to jump on again. We were obviously in the trade here on the recent pop-up, and that was just an amazingly, one of many good long opportunities that we took advantage of just in the last week's time. Okay? Let me see what else we have on the radar. XRP not doing a whole lot. Basically sideways to down chop. Continues here. We are coming into this level here. So this is going to be a big trend line, right? So if we zoom out on this chart on Ripple, see this line going back to 2020? That line has never been broken on a daily closing basis. Let me bring my chart back into focus. And the question is, we're coming right up to it. Are we going to see another bounce, or are we going to see a breakdown? If you get a breakdown, that's not good. All right, and again, does that insinuate a bad ruling by the judge? Time will tell. I honestly have no clue in that regard. Okay, Polkadot real quick. Let's see what we got on that one. Same thing, a little bit of a pullback as we continue through here near any EAR, which we also took profits on. Same thing, pulling back. Yeah, I mean, to be honest, guys, aside from Bitcoin and Ethereum, and obviously we have the short on Ethereum out there, that's working for us right now. And again, I want to just be clear on this. Think about this, guys. Especially for those newbies, and we're seeing a huge inflow of people right now because of the uncertainty in the markets into the service. But in the last 2 weeks, we were long, short, long, and now short again, making money on each side of the market 2 different times. That's pretty freaking remarkable. All right, and again, ultimately, when you look at the charts, they look like a jumbled mess of nastiness. But if you know what you're doing, you can really maximize profit. And I think that is such a cool thing. Just really, really freaking cool. All right. I'm not going to keep you anymore today, guys. Again, nice to see Ethereum pulling back. Glad we sold our Bitcoin yesterday. Fantastic. Now let's be patient. Let the charts give us another setup, and we'll take advantage of it. All right. You guys have a good one. I'll talk to you soon. Take care.